Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Epic Justice Friends blog. We are coming together in the hands of brotherhood to inspire you with gaming knowledge and just fantabulousness.
Group
And
hug.
joining me today in the arms of brotherhood and group hugness are, I'll just tell you,
Alright!
Awkward.
Andre Walrus, Ivan Cito, who may not talk, Rocky Balbolan,
I
and
talked.
Bayonetta.
Bandetta, so
It's,
mean.
it's,
What the fuck?
it's like this. We have Ivan Cito 69, who is the greatest All-American American in America. Yeah,
I'm the only American American.
I am
That's all
under the
can say.
I am
That's
under the
that's
walrus. If you guys want to hug me, go ahead, because I'm fluffy. Rock solid,
not for all the money in the world, like I said.
rock solid. He has a lot of drugs, and we also have Bayonetta here, who is a now who we have put a. We have officially put a contract on the table for Bayonetta for her or him or she-male.
Whatever it is.
You realize I know where you live, right?
No, you,
Dun dun
I
dun!
will fucking kill you.
Victor.
Dun dun dun!
You're in the U.S. You're not in Brazil anymore.
I'm
Dun,
in
dun,
Canada.
Come back.
Nah, I don't live in Canada. Canada is for people who are
That's even more dun dun dun.
Canada is for people who are homosexual.
Fuyo,
That's right. Getsumara and
Fuyo, we're recording.
Puncher are getting.
Fuyo, this is recorded.
I get the Canadians. You go make bacon.
I kid,
Anyways,
I
the
kid.
top topic of this thing is continuation of the last one we did, which is the state of the gaming industry versus how it used to be, and we ended on marketing. And would anyone like to start? Andre would like to
I'm
start.
gonna start off with.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna start off.
Now, Andre, I'm gonna let you finish, but I have to say, the 16-bit era was one of the best eras of all time.
I agree, but
Of all time!
let's just say one thing.
64-bit shit's amazing as well.
Let's start off with the 16-bit era, in which video games started to become big. I'm not talking about Pac-Man, because at that time it was arcade. It wasn't even real video games. We're talking about the NES and the SNES and the Atari.
Whole fucking console. The things that we all enjoy today.
Are you done walking?
I'm eating right now. Leave me alone.
I'm
Hold
sorry.
on,
I think we're
let me mute the mic.
Okay, so let's start off with the Atari, which we all know was probably one of the best video games of all time. Which is what the Atari is what honestly started the rise of video games to what they are today. Except we all know that what bankrupted Atari's video game system was the ET game, which was so bad that they got all the existing copies of the world, buried it underwater, underground, and set it on fire. Victor, what's wrong with your mind?
Just like Shaq Fu.
Yeah.
dun dun dun!
Waka 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 waka.
Wait, what?
For some reason, Victor,
What?
your mic was going. Yeah, that. Your mic's going.
Wait. Fucking hate my mic.
I
Let me turn my freaking sound down. Let me see if that's it.
I hit.
It's going zippa zoopa shooba doop.
Try it now. See if it's better.
Okay, it is.
It's fantastic.
So we also have the NES and the SNES, which were the first video games of Nintendo and were god awesome. In which the NES had probably the best game of all time, which is Super Mario Brothers. Fuyo!
Yes.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Let me eat my sandwich.
Then
Okay.
mute your mic.
Waka waka.
For fuck's sake. What the hell have I gotten myself into?
Bad thing, Victor.
You've gone to the drug zone.
I agree.
It's all because of Rocky's alcoholic beverages.
Oh yeah.
Rocky is also pondering on inventing alcoholic drugs, but it's still.
Oh man, that.
I apologize. We don't want to turn this into a three-part podcast, do we? Do we, boys? Do we?
No. Sorry.
Probably
Sorry, Fuyo.
That's-
No, it was my fault that I started.
Okay, let's continue. So,
Group hug? I'm sorry.
Oh my
God
gosh.
damn it.
God damn it, man.
Okay, let's talk the marketing. Marketing of the SNES and the NES were tremendous. I mean, those were super high-selling video games, and well, we all know the NES and the SNES were what brought people. Well, were what made the first hardcore gamers per se.
What about my Nintendo 64?
Nintendo 64 came after. Nintendo 64 was another tremendously high-selling game in which games finally changed to 3D.
What about the PlayStation?
The PlayStation is
Well, you know what's funny? Nintendo royally fucked up because they had a contract with Sony, and they broke that contract, and Sony got to keep Final Fantasy. So I bet the guy that made that decision in Nintendo to this day thinks, holy fucking shit, what did I do? And they also decided against using CDs, which they could have used, and that would have crushed the beginning PlayStation. So
Yeah, they were
it is-
supposed to do it with the Philips, you know. They had signed a contract with Philips for them to make one, but then Nintendo was like, nah, but Philips was like, guess what? We got Zelda. We're going to have a Wand of Gamelon and a Zelda played by Zelda, which does not make sense.
Yeah. Either way, even if you do discount Final Fantasy, Nintendo has the top 3 selling franchises on the planet. Those being Mario, Zelda,
and Superman 64.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
No, Super Mario 64 was the shit.
Yeah, no, Superman 64.
I seriously have an emulator on my PC for that game.
Superman 64, not Super Mario.
Oh, so I don't even know what that game was. I never played it. I heard it
Oh,
was
Lord.
Superman 64 was one of the best games of all time.
Amen. All time.
So continuing on, selling wise, the highest selling, let's say game console today is the PlayStation 2, because I don't consider the NES to be a game console.
Well, the NES didn't sell more than the PlayStation 2.
Somewhat, maybe.
No.
And we all know the NES it was the longest lasting console in Japan, because it lasted 20 years. It lasted from 1983 to 2003. So
I'm just saying the Sega Master System was one of the greatest systems of all time.
Sega Genesis,
Sega Master System.
original Xbox.
Unfortunately, the Genesis died. So, yeah.
But the Dreamcast lives on in my heart.
It still does. I mean, you still get Dreamcast sales all over the internet. People buy them and sell them off eBay and shit. So, it's kind of a shame that they died.
But you know what's a shame that died making video games was Sega. Sega could have been so good in making video games if they.
Sega was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still Sonic still lives on to today. Not that it's good anymore, but it does.
And they have other franchises, you know, like I know Mad World didn't, so I'll take that back. But there's they have different franchises. They're more diverse than what we think they
And
are.
Yeah.
Sega had a lot of cool games for the Sega Genesis and Dreamcast that could have lived on to become like new Sonics, but they never turned.
But that's for a later podcast.
Yeah, that's for a later podcast. We're talking about sales.
Definitely.
PlayStation 2 sales. We all know that the marketing for the PlayStation 2 was highly given to how easy the video game could be pirated. I mean modded. It was so people would buy the PlayStation 2 they would buy it already modded so they could download games off the internet.
I mean, like that. That is definitely true. You don't really get anything past that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
What the hell easier way is there to get a video game to sell a lot if you can buy it for $100 modded and then get games for free rather than buying it unmodded for 30 and then having to pay $50 a game. I mean, in compensation though, the PS3 seems to be unhackable at this point. So
No, because recently, now on eBay, there is a new software called the PS Jailbreak, which is a USB device that comes with PlayStation 3 games that you can play.
I really did not know this.
Yep, it came out very recently, but I think it's going to be fucked up because PlayStation is soon going to make some sort of patch or update online.
Definitely. I think, yeah, PlayStation is definitely the one that's on their game about this. I mean, Nintendo tried for a while with the patches on the Wii, but they got screwed over.
Yeah. But one video game industry that's starting to turn a blind eye to piracy, as in my opinion, a cheap way to gain more sales. But I still respect them for doing it because that's what made the PlayStation 2 so big. Because the PlayStation 2 is overrated, very overrated in my opinion.
Oh hell yes! I mean, it had its fair share of good games and
Yeah.
even good indie games. I don't know if you heard of it, but it's a game called Shinobi-Do. It wasn't that big, but it was actually really fun to play. It was strategic and shit, and it wasn't any of that Naruto ninja bullshit. So
That is true.
Well.
Oh shit, we're already on 11 minutes.
Holy crap, Andre.
Holy crap, that was fast.
holy
Dude.
shit!
Okay, so, what do you think, Mr. Rocky?
You know,
Very
Yeah,
interesting.
that's
Thank you,
the-
Rocky. So continuing on.
yeah.
So me,
The video game industry that is
Hey.
turning a blind eye to piracy is the Xbox 360 because a lot of people are starting to get modded Xboxes, and the only
You have no idea. I know some people in Brazil. There's so many modded Xboxes
Yeah.
over there.
and
That is
like
Especially Andre.
yep, I have modded Xbox, but it's because Microsoft is turning a blind eye because they say, oh, you will only get banned from Xbox Live if you go in with a modded game before its release date. That's really hard for you to get a game before it's
I mean,
released.
dude, seriously, I've heard a couple of stories like the truck got someone stole it from the truck in transport, whatever. But who the hell wants to play a game before the release date? First, there's no one fucking playing it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be you, Xbox Live, alone, with no one. What is the fucking point?
but the thing is,
Expect-
like, but the whole thing about piracy is, which sort of leads to the next point is, even though piracy is easy and all, it in some ways can actually almost kill, you know, the industry, because I think me and Victor were talking about this. Gaming now is so expensive to make games. I mean, a company, if one game doesn't sell, an entire company can go down.
Yeah.
It could
Yeah.
just die. So the thing is, but if you do have people like, I'm not gonna say any names, Andre, that buy games for $5 that technically aren't legal, you could be hurting yourself in the long run because there may be good companies who just have their games hacked and then they can't continue on.
Fuyo,
The
And that's
thing
a
with-
sad
I don't know
thing.
why,
it
Fuyo, but I
depends
think
on
you're talking about
the
me.
size, too.
I-
Yeah.
I said no names. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, guys, this is going to be the end of this podcast with the 13 minutes. Thank you all for tuning in, watching, jacking out to Fuyo's voice, which I know at least half.
Oh yeah.
So for that,
Oh, snap.
I say goodbye, y'all, and till next time, peace.
Later, guys.
Hugs and
Later.
kisses.
Bitches.